Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there are Kenyans who are arrested in Uganda, detained without trial. At first place, the government denied that. Then later, President Museveni came out and confirmed indeed they were held in Uganda. I think Paul Njagi and the other one. These guys are activists here in Kenya. But I am not sure if they were going to do activism in Uganda. Maybe you're just going to meet your friend there or engage in your own business. But they were there. So Uhuru Kenyatta intervened through a phone call to Muhoozi. Muhoozi, the son to President Museveni, and in charge of the army, by the way. So Uhuru's phone call intervened in a big way in order to guarantee their release and a safe return to Kenya. Again, there are Kenyans who have suffered in the hands of Tanzanian authorities. We have heard the story of Kenyans who crossed the border to go and engage in a protest in Tanzania. So Musalia Mudavadi was advising the youth in this country as far as the issue of cross-border politics is concerned. His position, which is true to some extent, is that the moment you step beyond Kenya border, it is not the Kenyan constitution that applies. That's very true. For those who have traveled outside, they know that. Kwa wale ambao wamesoma pia, hata kama uja travel, you understand that. So when you go to Tanzania, it is the laws and the constitution of Tanzania that will apply. Same to Uganda and elsewhere. Najua Wakenya wengi wako nje wanapambana kutafuta riziki yao. So they all know this. Mudavadi is advising people to know this, that you should not go and protest in those other countries, forgetting that the freedom that you enjoy here is not the same that you may have while you are in Tanzania or Uganda. The issues we'll be asking about the safety of Kenyans, because now Mudavadi is the CS for Foreign Affairs. The safety of Kenyans who are residing in Tanzania or Uganda. They are doing business, some have been employed, or their safety. But the warning is here for those who are crossing the border in the name of going to help in the protest.
Please remember, the moment you step beyond Kenya's borders, it's not the Constitution of Kenya that applies. You enter a sovereign state with different regulations and different laws. My prayer is that our young people, as they enjoy their freedom, please be cautious. It is absolutely important. We don't want to lose any Kenyan. We don't want to have any young life obstructed.
Now, I want us to continue with our Punchline discussion, but before we go deep into this, I have a quick and humble request for those who are watching the channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, the reality is that we have had youth crossing to Tanzania, maybe unknowingly, that they will not enjoy the same freedom when they are in Tanzania that they enjoy here. So to them, this message is good. to know that once you cross the border, it is that country's laws that applies. Because it is a sovereign state. The truth is that the freedom that we enjoy here is not the same freedom applied in Tanzania or Uganda. We are far away from that. So you must understand that if you are crossing the border to Tanzania to go and engage in a protest. Kwa mfano, hata Watanzania kama wataona wamehujumiwa hapa, sijui kama using the right words, here in Kenya, they can march to their embassy and protest there. Nothing will happen to them. Sababu tuko na sheria mzuri na Kenya imepiga hatua kabisa kwa mambo ya miundo msingi ya demokrasia. You can go and protest there, useme hapana tujafanyiwa haki. Same to Ugandans when they are here. They can walk to their embassy and protest. I don't know if same can be applied in Tanzania or Uganda. That Kenyans are going there to protest. It might not be. Yes, Mudavadi is right to say what he's saying. But the question we will be asking him, because now he's in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. How sure is the government that people like Paul Njage and the other ones who went to Tanzania, they were going to protest? These guys knows the law. Je, hawako wanaenda tu kuona marafiki zao kule alafu wakakuwa abducted? And if so, in as much we have different laws, why is it that the Ugandan government did not take these people to court to prosecute them under the Ugandan laws? He has not questioned that. That's why I feel that as a nation, we are very weak. It's like we are begging our counterparts. We have massaged them too much. This is the issue of forceful disappearance. It should not happen. You have your laws. You have arrested someone from this country. Use your laws to prosecute them. And let them have their preferred advocate to stand in as their defense counsel. So at first place, I feel that Mudavadi should condemn that act of Ugandan government to hold Kenyans without trial. Hiyo mimi naona iko wrong. But they are massaging that. Tukiruhusu mambo kama haya tunafanya hawa jamaa watufanyia mchezo kila siku. Mtanzania akishikwa hapa, sheria za Kenya zinafanya kazi, ashtakiwe chini ya muda wa masaa ngapi? 24 ama 72 hours akuwa ameshtakiwa tayari. That's our laws. It will be applied. What about Uganda and Tanzania? So Kenyans were literally abducted. We still ask a question about the Kenyans who are actually engaging in business in Tanzania. Then on line of duty, they were shot dead. Ni sheria gani hiyo sasa ya Tanzania yenye ilikuwa applied? Alafu kisha baada ya kupiga hawa jamaa risasi. Kwa mfano kama yule mwalimu. Mwalimu amefunza kula miaka mingi, alikuwa anaenda kazi. Kapigwa risasi akauawa. Then President Samia Suluhu will come and say, wale wengine wa kutoka nje wakapigwa risasi, wengine walikuwa wanajihusisha kwa maandamano. Like how? They must come out and question that very strongly. There is a businessman who was killed in Tanzania when he was on a business trip. not on a protest. Now the president will come out and confidently say that they were protesting. We are very weak, eh? Even when President Uhuru was in charge of this country, there were times when the late President John Papa Magufuli was trying to put more pressure on Kenyans. The president responded to Magufuli, and that rattled that engagement until when Raila Odinga came in. But he was very firm and very clear to his position as far as his concern with Kenyans should be. We should not be this much weak as if we are begging to that extent. Yes, there is diplomatic language that should be applied, diplomatic approach that should be applied, but not massaging these guys in that watatufanyia mchezo. I don't know your views, but please let us meet in the comment section so that we can continue with our punchline discussion. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening to me up to this far, and see you in our next video.